Some of the theories that explain the beginning of the universe include the Big Bang Theory, the theory that God created the universe, and the theory that the universe has always existed. But since this is physics class, we are only going to discuss the Big Bang Theory and the theory that the universe has always existed. Those who believe that the universe has always existed recognize that there must have been some time before the Big Bang might have occurred. This period of time can't be measured accurately because there's no precise way to measure time before time, which is known to us. One theory for this era is called the inflationary theory, which I will explain later. The Big Bang Theory is a model of the universe that explains its origins. This theory has been developed by several scientists. One of these scientists is Edwin Hubble, who discovered that the universe is expanding. Since our universe is expanding, that means it had to start off very minute. In fact, according to the Big Bang Theory, our universe was smaller than an atom before it came to be what it is now. It is said to have started off in a small, hot, and dense state. The particles began to build up energy and resulted in a violent explosion. The simple fact that galaxies other than the Milky Way galaxy are receding from us explains this initial explosion. This fact, which was discovered by Hubble, is proven in Hubble's law. Hubble's law states that the velocity of a galaxy is proportional to its distance from us, or v equals h times d, where h represents Hubble's constant. Galaxies that are projecting from us means that they all began in a state of high density. I am now going back to the inflationary theory to explain why some people believe that the universe has always existed and why they don't believe it was just one big bang from nowhere. Since the age of the universe is dated to be about 13.7 billion years old, we know that the end of this inflationary era was about 13.7 billion years ago. It is difficult to know when it began because we can't measure before what we know as time zero. Believers of the inflationary era find some faults with the Big Bang Theory. Some of these faults are: what caused the bang? What happened before the bang? And why did it bang? Another fault is: where did the matter come from? Scientist Alan Guth believes that our universe began with a fraction of a second of evolution, followed by an inflationary period, which then resulted in the particles which caused the Big Bang. Inflation is related to particle physics, which states that at very high energies, there are forms of matter that can actually cause gravitational repulsion. Because of this gravitational repulsion, the universe expanded at about 10 to the negative 30 seconds, during which the universe would double in size. Something interesting about this state of expansion is that matter didn't change in density. The energy of the gravitational field is negative, and the energy of the matter that is added is positive. Therefore, the total energy is very small due to this balance. The gravity material decays and gives off byproducts, which are ordinary particles, which in turn become many hot particles to result in the Big Bang. Now that we have discussed the possibilities of the beginning of the universe, what is the fate of our universe? To begin, let's briefly discuss Einstein's theory of relativity. In a nutshell, the general relativity theory states that space and time aren't linear, but instead they are curved, and therefore Earth isn't infinite, but rather finite or has an end. Scientist Alexander Friedmann developed some possible solutions related to the fate of the universe. There is the theory of a closed universe in which space is closed like a sphere geometrically. On large scale, the geometry of the universe is very elliptic. According to this theory, gravity will eventually stop the universe from expanding, and it will begin to contract until it turns into the Big Crunch, opposite from the Big Bang. Despite this, if there is a large amount of dark energy, the universe will continue to expand. In an open universe, it is the contrary, and it is geometrically shaped like a hyperbola. The negative curve expands forever and even accelerates. The fate of this type of universe would result in a heat death, big freeze, or big rip. Big freeze is basically when the universe becomes too cold of a place to live in. There would be no life forms in those conditions. Heat death is almost the exact opposite of big freeze. In this scenario, there is maximum heat and no life forms could exist. It wouldn't be possible for information processing to take place. The Big Rip is a theory that galaxies and life forms will disintegrate into tiny particles that are ripped apart by an energy force and shoot apart from each other. In conclusion, it is still unknown as to why and how our universe began. We also never know when it's going to end, or if it will have an end. These are questions yet to be answered, but through science and research, there are always endless opportunities and answers to all your questions. The end.
¡Que comience la fiesta! Mira, agarra a tu mujer y a cepillar se ha dicho. Cepilla, 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 cepilla.